Hi Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your April 6th to the 12th, 2025 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. Now, and if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, a healing, or a gift card, check out my websites, Dane Hart Guided Messages or daneharttarot.com. The information is linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Taurus, we're going to do things a bit old school. We're going to go and we're going to use the Celtic cross. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh, the Four of Swords is our current situation. We then have our challenge is coming through, and that's the King of Pentacles, which is very interesting because that's us. We then have what we need to focus on, which is the Ten of Swords. Our past is the Knight of Cups. Our strength is the Page of Swords. And then we have our near future, which is the Fool. Angels, oh goodness, and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We then have the Ten of Wands as our advice. Our environment is the Knight of Pentacles. Our hopes and fears is the Eight of Wands. And then we have our outcome is the Six of Cups. So let me just make sure you can see all of that. That looks pretty good on my end here. Yeah. Okay, so give me a moment. Just take everything in. All right, so the current situation is it's overthinking things, right? It's a lack of sleep. It's a lack of trusting yourself. It is a sense of feeling like you have to stay vigilant because at any moment something can happen and you're not exactly sure what that something is, but you know it's not going to be good, right? Because from past experience, that's where we're coming from here. And the Four of Swords is not honoring our own story and our own self, not seeing like how much we have accomplished, how much we have gone through, how much we have achieved, how far we have come. It's always saying, oh, you could do better, you should do more. And you know what? You don't have to. You just really don't have to. It is now going to be about fine-tuning things. You've come to completions of a cycle where you've been through really hard times, you've been through the intensity, and you also are going to have something that is making you worry, keeping you up at night, making you doubt yourself. You're going to be looking at yourself, you're going to be looking at your way forward in a very different light, in a very different way. And that's going to be really important. Now, the challenge is seeing yourself as the King of Pentacles. Now, the challenge can be seeing yourself as the King of Pentacles, embracing what it is that you desire, but it can also be overthinking, overanalyzing, getting in your own head, getting in your own way, and keeping yourself from moving forward the way that you want to. But this is also a energy of financial success, of prosperity, of abundance. This is earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So yes, it's you, Taurus, but it's also Virgo, it's also Capricorn energy. And you could have challenges with those people. Like you can have even other Taurians come into your life where you're like, wow, that person, man, challenge, right? So just looking at it during this time, and both of you can be coming in as kings, right? Or are coming in as kings. And it's this sense of, how do I move forward, claiming my throne and my worth and what I desire, and being, kind of like the head of the ship, and also have somebody else come in and they're also being the head of the ship. So just be mindful about that, where it's like two heads meet, it's kind of like digging our heels in. And that's what we're going to see during this week, is that we're going to have two people who are very capable, very, very powerful, very prosperous, but we're going to be digging our heels in and being stubborn about certain things that we really don't need to be stubborn about. If we step back, and that's why Spirit is saying here, step back, honor what you have done. And then it's like, oh, wow, okay, like I can see their point of view, right? Or, oh my gosh, I understand that it wasn't as big a deal as I thought it was. And then you step out of that, or you know what, this person doesn't really matter, that type of deal. So just being aware of that is going to be very important. Now, what we need to focus on is a completion of a cycle when it comes to the embracing of our voice, but also that certain things can be blown out of proportion this week, and we have to be mindful about that, right? The 10 of Swords is overkill, overkill, overkill. So just be mindful of overkill. Step back, again, honoring your story, honoring yourself type of energy. If you are overwhelmed and you can take, like, give yourself a little break, like a time out type of thing, or, have a nap, or, go to sleep instead of, staying up and trying to work something out that isn't getting anywhere. That's going to be really important. With the 10 of Swords as well, you are seeing yourself being reborn and embracing your voice in a very different way than you have before. Looking at the ways that you want to move forward, claiming what it is that you desire, and you're saying things that you were afraid to say. And it's going to be ways that people tried to destroy you, people tried to make you doubt yourself, people made you think, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm thinking this, or oh my gosh, I can't, they made you feel bad. They made you feel unworthy. And now you're like, no, I'm claiming back my voice and what I desire. And that's going to be really important here. Now, the past is information coming from the most unlikely of places. And we've become a little bit more practical. Like, we've become a little bit more practical during this time. And we're not taking in that information that comes from the unlikely places, the unlikely spaces. This is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Okay? If you have people who have past, especially water sign energy, okay, or just people with these tremendous hearts, like just tremendous love, they're going to be talking to you in just the most subtle of ways. And you're going to be like, wow, I feel like that's my, whomever. And it's like, it is, that's my parent, that's my sibling, that's my, my love. Like, that's the person that wants to see you succeed. And that energy and that message is coming forward during this time. Now, with the Knight of Cups, this is also holding up what is really sacred to you, what you love, what you desire, how you want to move things forward. And we've been leaving it behind, meaning I'm almost seeing it here like we've forgotten what we love, like we forgot what we were fighting for. Like, we forgot the point of the story, like the plot got missed. And, there's all this extra in there that needs to be edited out. And that's what we're looking at. We're like, wow, I need to pull this out and really focus on moving forward towards my love, in what I desire. And just know that information is going to come to you in the most unlikely of places, most unlikely of spaces. And you're going to be like, wow, I can't believe I didn't see that before. And it moves us then to the strength here, which is the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But this is also, this is being a student of your voice and what you desire. This is asking questions, but this is also energy around you of a person who's very young. It can be that they have young energy. You can meet this person and they could be older than you are. And you're like, wow, how do they have so much energy? How are they so exuberant? How do they ask so many questions? How do they just keep going and going? Type of thing. It's going to be very inspiring. But that's also going to be your greatest strength, is asking questions, diving deeper into things, embracing your voice. It's kind of like you've lost your voice somewhere along the way here, Taurus, and you're reclaiming it again. Now, this is also child energy. So again, Gemini energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, child energy that has you asking questions. And you can have a child in your life asking questions. And you're like, well, I don't know. Let's figure it out together. Or they ask these bigger, deeper questions. And it gets you thinking. It gets you looking at things in a different way. And as you're moving forward, right? And as you're embracing your strengths and what it is that you desire, it moves us to the near future. And the near future is taking that leap of faith and what we want. And it is also learning to trust ourselves again, learning to dare. Like, we have gotten a little bit rigid. Like, we can feel our body's going to feel like a little bit rigid, and we ourselves here are embracing more of a movement, more of a release. And what we're going to see here with the Fool is that we're taking a leap of faith forward towards where it is that we want to be. Now, are we afraid of being seen as being foolish? Absolutely. Absolutely. Laughed at, mocked. But if we don't jump, we don't go. Like, if we don't let ourselves try to fly, we will never know if we can or if we can't. And this is going to be a week where we're looking at what we desire, and we're toying with this energy of, do I just go for it? Do I just go for it? Can I do this? Can I open up the door? The answer is yes. Like, the time is now. Strike while the iron is hot. And it brings us then to the advice. And the advice with the 10 of Wands is like, put down all the nonsense that you are carrying. And nonsense, I know it's not nonsense. I know you're carrying a lot of really important things, Taurus, but it's not helping you. It is making it so that your back hurts. It makes it so that you feel overwhelmed, that, there's not that spark, there's not that joy. And also, everybody else, Taurus, seriously, everybody else is more than happy to put all of this on your shoulders and say, deal with it. And is it fair? No, it's not. So just be mindful about this during this time. And the 10 of Swords, not the 10 of Swords, the 10 of Wands can make it that we only see the dirt on our shoes, right? We only see the mud that's in front of us. And it's not beautiful and it's not inspiring. It's a drudgery. And we're coming out of, mentally and now physically and creatively, a drudgery, a feeling of being overwhelmed, of doubting that we can move forward. And it brings us then to moving into the environment of, I got this, right? The Knight environment, the Knight of Pentacles is us being the hero of our stories, moving forward slowly, steadily, determinedly, dedicatedly towards what we want, towards what we desire in our lives, opening up the door in a way that we hadn't imagined we could. And we're also going to be really attracted to energy that is very go-getting. I mean, we have now 2 Knights moving us forward. We want change. We want things moving. We're not going to be happy just sitting in the same old, same old. And that's going to be really important for us this week. It's like, okay, it's time to do new things. It's time to open up the door. It's time not to be afraid. And as we do this, we're also going to be really attracted to people and having people come into our lives that are level-headed and grounded, but very goal-oriented and very much doers. And that's going to be really inspiring and fun and joyous for us. It moves us then to our hopes and our fears. We hope that it's going to move forward. We fear that it's going to just keep on moving in the same direction. And we're not going to have any control over it. Now here with the 8 of Wands, it's letting the change come in. And we're afraid of the change, we're overwhelmed by the change, but also we've been waiting for this for a really long time. And it's like, yeah, I got this. And it's change around work, it's change around our creativity, and it's also this sense of, just being a bit daring and jumping into it, like just going for it. And that's going to be really exciting for us, and it's going to be really, empowering as well. And it moves us to our outcome. Now, our outcome, we're going to be rather nostalgic. There's going to be something that like kind of calls to the past that comes forward. Now, we can get all caught up in trying to make things exactly as they once were. What's going to be really important in this week is when we, have the realization within us, like, I cannot make it exactly as it once was, but I'm going to take this moment. I'm going to move forward in my grace and in my power, and I'm going to bring the best of what was forward with me. And I'm going to take the energy, the feeling, and carry that forward. hold in your heart this whole entire week joyous things, things that made you so happy, that raise your energy vibration, and just kind of like kick the negativity to the curb. Is it going to be hard? Absolutely. But is it going to be worth it? Yeah, it really is. Because the Six of Cups, it is the nostalgia that can be like, I'm going to recreate what was so beautiful in my life and it's going to be wonderful. Or it has to be just like that. And I'm never going to be able to recreate it perfectly. So why even try? So just be mindful that those two energies can kind of war with us and it can become difficult at times. So be aware of this, because what you're going to do, and the joy is to know what it is that you want in your heart, because you've felt it, you've seen it, and then to say, I'm bringing that energy forward and it's changing everything, because it is. And you have that blueprint. It's like, keep on going back to that joy, to that laughter, to that glory that is you. All right, so let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and Spirit guides, angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the Crow, and it says, universal law and truth are now being revealed. Use this energy to create your reality. You're seeing things so much more clearly. Like you're coming to realizations, like things are going to be put in your path, like synchronicities are coming forward. And you're like, oh, why not try this? Why not ask that question? And why not open up that door? And it's like, oh, wow, look at where it leads. So the energy to be mindful of for this week, angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the Two of Swords. It's being too rigid, right? It's saying it has to be just like this, right? We can get like too much in the way that it has to be, or like these are the rules. And Spirit right now is kind of like, screw the rules. Let's just go for it. Let's just open up the door. Let's push the boundaries. Let's see what happens, because you are king, right? And sometimes we can get caught up in the way things were or how they used to be and want to keep it just like that. Don't do that to yourself. It moves us then, or have people around us that are like, well, it has to be just like this. It's like, why? It moves us then to our chakra energy, angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. And we have two. We have abundance and we have listening. This is the root chakra and this is the throat chakra. It's time to listen to abundance. I know that sounds like, well, why wouldn't I be listening to abundance? But here it is time to slow down and to kind of like tune out the noise of the world and let yourself step into your abundance, step into your understanding of what it is that you want and where it is that you need to be. Yeah. So let's see subconsciously what's here. We have the bluebird, and it says, you are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. And I love that for you. I love that for you. It brings us then to the energy to be mindful of subconsciously. And that's the 10 of Pentacles. It's interesting. Now you have 3 10s. So there's a divine completion of a cycle. But this is like, this can be jealousy. Everybody has more than me type of thing. Or we're trying to keep up with the Joneses or the Kardashians or whomever, right? And be like, oh, well, that's what success looks like. And it's like, how do you know that they're actually successful? Like, how do you know that they're actually happy? They can put on false airs, right? And they can claim whatever. But it is here. It is releasing comparison, because it's the thief of joy. And it's letting yourself move forward. It's going to be letting yourself move forward into prosperity, into success, into what it is that you want, without looking at anybody else or without caring what they think. And it brings us then to the chakra energy, which is peace. Subconsciously, your crown chakra, you want to be crowned with peace, your mind to move forward in peace. And then subconsciously, your tarot message is the 9 of Cups. This is a wish being granted. This is joy coming forward. And this is something very small that goes right this week. And you're like, oh my gosh. And it opens up so much more, because it's that confidence boost that you needed. It's that, attaboy, you're on the right path type of thing, where you're like, oh, thank goodness. And that's going to be really quite a beautiful blessing for you. Okay. All right, Taurus, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this week and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Taurus. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. Have a blessed week. Bye.